Falcons fans, welcome in. This is episode 26 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons fan cast. My name is John. I'm your host, as always, joined by my co-host, Mike. What is up, dude?
Out of my Falcon mind, as usual, with a special guest.
That's right. We are doing the out of your where in the Falcon are you? Is that what we?
Where in the Falcon are you?
Yep. That's what we teamed it.
Yeah, man. Where in the Falcon are you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we do have a special guest we'll get to in a second. And just real get the business out of the way, Mike. You guys can follow us at Out of Your Falcon Mind on Instagram, on Twitter, Out of Your Effing Mind. What else? Oh, you can email us at atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. Listen to us on anchor.com, Spotify, iTunes, watch us on YouTube, wherever you get your podcast or however you want to listen to the content. That's where you'll find us. And go ahead.
Yeah, inhale us. You can put us in your vein. You can do anything you want. Just take us in somehow. However you need to.
That's right.
Osmosis, however you want to do it.
Yeah. So it's been an interesting week, man. We'll get into it on the show, but been a lot of on Twitter, at least, man. A lot of Matt as usual. A lot of Deion Jones is blowing up on Twitter, and
okay.
Yeah. It's
now I'm not aware of this. Now now we can't gloss over the Matt Ryan thing. Now, what are they saying about Matt?
Oh, it's just the same old. Okay. And nothing different. Like I said, we'll get into it. Okay. So before we do that, just want to introduce our guest for today, Justin Kamb. He is a Falcons fan from Philly. And
you heard that right. A Falcons fan from Philly. How in the Falk did he do it?
That's right. So Justin, what's going on, man? So so just starting off, man. So before we get into the Falcon stuff, Justin and I met. This is the first time we've actually, I guess, spoke. All right. We probably.
I've known you for a bit, but I gotta say, Mike, I love his energy. I love his energy.
What's up, man?
Yeah. So Justin and I met online. I guess it was Twitter initially, right?
About
2013. Yeah. So yeah. He was we both we're big fans and followers of Jim Stoppani. For anybody that's in the fitness industry, he's been around forever, and he created his own supplement line called Jim Supplement Science, and both of us started taking that, using it at around 13, I guess it was.
Yep.
And we started, I noticed Justin just he was helping out people online with questions about fitness and whether weight loss or weight gain or whatever it is, and so we just kind of connected, and then started, I think the Gym Army started, which was just a Facebook group to support the Gym Supplement Science. Now, it started off just tiny. I think it was just a few of us, and then now it's, what is it, well over 100,000 members now?
Yeah, it's way over 100 and climbing.
Yeah, it blew up. And so
I remember on Twitter, I saw, as one of us saw each other in the picture. One of us had a Falcons hat on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm like, hold on, friend.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, and then we've talked on social media ever since, I guess, about Falcons or fitness or whatever. And just, when Mike and I started talking about doing this series, you're the first person that came out. I was like, yeah, dude, I know a dude in Philly that, is a Falcons fan that,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Because
it's you don't get to talk to each other all the time, but right. You're friends on Facebook, you follow each other's lives, and you can just pick it up.
Yep. Exactly. And so, that's kind of how we started. But before we get into it, man, Justin, tell us a little bit about your story, because it being January, a lot of folks are making resolutions to getting healthy and getting fit. So yours is a pretty amazing story. So have at it.
So the fitness story, right? Let's start with the fitness story.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
So I was about 303 pounds. I was very big, overweight. Yeah. And
look at Mike's face. It's like bullshit.
Yeah,
hey, look, that's all. Now I got to hear the rest of the story.
I was big. I'm talking about big and lazy. Talking about riding scooters around supermarkets, lazy. Just because I was lazy, no limitations. And then my mother-in-law, she's a bit older. She's in her 50s. I saw her. She started running every day, and she lost over 100 pounds. And I was like, wow, this is wild. What's my excuse? I'm in my 20s. This lady's 50 something.
Right.
So I started at it. In short, I won't take up too much time with it, but I ended up following Jim Stepani's programs and supplements. And I ended up losing 103 pounds. Luckily, I was so young that my skin isn't loose. I have pretty tight skin. And,
okay.
Yeah, so I've built pretty good physique.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not as crazy as I was back then, fitness wise. I have a good balance now, but I still train regularly, and my number one advice on fitness to anyone always is keep it fun. Don't ever do, we play flag football every single Saturday. And I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. When people say, well, what do you do for cardio? You run on a treadmill for 3 hours? I'm like, nah, I play football and do jiu-jitsu.
Right,
cardio, As long as you keep it fun, you'll be fine. You'll stay with it.
Yeah. I mean, when I was...
That is awesome. Bro, he lost a me.
Yeah.
Literally, he lost almost me. Like, Jesus,
You have to see some
like
of
I was on his back, like, and he lost me. That's crazy.
Yeah, you have to see his photo. It's crazy.
Do your knees feel drastically different when you run? When you first started to run, when all the weight was on your knees, as to you run now, is that a drastically different feeling?
You know what? I can't really tell, to be honest with you, because I've played football my entire life. I've been playing. I played all the way from, like when I was like 5 years old, flag youth groups, all the way until I was 18 and senior in high school. And then we just kept it going afterwards, where we meet up every Saturday. So I've always been, awesome. I will say now, obviously, I'm a lot faster, stronger. When I play, everyone's like, damn, like, all right.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy because the kids we play with are in their 20s. These kids are like 22, 25, and I'm just zooming past them, and they're like, dude, they always call me Pop. They're like, this old ass Pop flying by us, jumping over us.
Jim Stepani, you got two people you need to sponsor, buddy. Jonathan Yates and Justin Kamb. You need to get on your job, Jim.
Hey,
you're missing free advo.
Justin's he's working for Jim.
I actually work for Jim. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I spent all that time helping people, and then he took notice, and
hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, they flew me out, met with me, and it turned into a career. So I've been with them for a while now. Yeah.
Man, you should be the logo on the cup, like on the shaker cup.
You know what? I don't have the discipline to be, man.
I got you. See the gym. Yeah.
People always say to me, they're like, you don't compete, you don't step on stage. I'm like, I kudos if you do, but I don't have the discipline.
No,
I'm gonna tell you, John is the most frustrating person to work out with. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I don't go to the gym for a long time, my body shrinks to the size of probably like a middle school boy. Okay. John go to the gym one session, John grows like the Incredible Hulk. It's the most frustrating shit in the world, man. He looked like he's been working out for 6 months straight in one session. Amazingly frustrating, buddy.
Well, I mean,
and he like warms up at like 50, like shit that is my max out.
Yeah, you're like, this is my 3 reps.
Yeah, this is my peak. If I was in here for 6 months straight, John will come in and lift it 10 times to warm up. Greatly embarrassing. Greatly embarrassing.
No, man. It was because see, I'm the exact opposite. Like when I think Mike, like I think Justin, too. When I graduated high school, I was the same height, 6'1", but I was 150 pounds. Like,
yeah, you were
soaking wet. I mean, like I could not gain weight to save my life, and like, people hate me for it, but I mean, I could eat Big Macs and drink sodas and it wouldn't make a difference. Like I just, didn't gain anything. So I started training like for real, probably, and I'm 21 years old when I kind of really started training, and I slowly got 160, 170. And then when we moved to Vegas, what was that, 2006? I probably got the heaviest. I was at around 225. I played a lot of basketball, and I started noticing my knees really giving me issues, and because I was not used to carrying 225.
Yeah.
And but I did a mixture out there. I did a mixture of kind of bodybuilding workouts. I met a guy. Vegas, you meet everybody who does everything.
Oh yeah.
But I met a guy who was a competitive power lifter, and he was almost 40 at the time, but he was 6'4", 349 pounds. I mean, he was ridiculous to watch work out. I mean, it was a completely different style of training. And he said, you know what? He goes, why don't you train me for 6 months? He's like, just for something different. I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So for 6 months, I basically did nothing but a powerlifting style of workouts.
Yeah.
And it definitely put weight on me, and it got my strength up for a lot of different lifts, deadlift, squat, bench press. But yeah, definitely nothing I would want to ever do for long term, because it just wrecks your body.
In fitness, you always go through those spurts, you know, like even me, like at first I wanted to be CT Fletch. I want to be this big monster.
Yeah.
Jackman. And then you want to be super shredded.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out what is you
right.
know? And for me, that was like, oh no, I just want to be around for my son and
exactly
be healthy.
Yep.
Be balanced. You know, if I want the donut, I'm going to eat the damn donut.
Yeah,
I'm not,
right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's kind of where, because there was a point where I thought I wanted to compete, and that was in Vegas. I was 27, I guess, and I thought, okay, so I started dieting down, and that's when I knew I couldn't do it, because man, and I had very good guys working with me that had been in the industry, that had competed themselves and everything, and I just couldn't do it, man. I just did not have the discipline to do it, nor was I happy. Like, I just wasn't happy.
That's the thing. You gotta be happy. You gotta be like he said. If you're not having fun doing it,
why are you doing it?
Right. And I was trying to, and that was kind of the thing. I was like, what is my end game here? Like, if I go and compete, great, and then what? You know, like, so do I have a reason to do this? Like, I don't,
Well, you and I went through the same thing too. Like the whole, like, I packed my food for this party. I mean, now looking back, you're like, that's so stupid. Like,
oh, dude. Yeah, absolutely. I just eat. Yeah. I took my shit everywhere. And then, back then too, we would go to the Olympia would be in Vegas, and so I would take me and Amanda and some friends, we go to the expo. We would come out with bags of supplements, just bags and bags of shit. And
we still go because I have to go for work.
Right.
It's like,
that's right.
Thing. Yeah. You see people with all the bags.
It's crazy. And I look back at the amount of shit I put in my body, not really even knowing what it was.
Yeah.
And then back then, nothing. Not to get off on a plug for Jim too much, but Jim was one of the first people to really make supplements that were actually true to what they said they were.
He made it make sense too. He explained it where you're like, oh, okay.
Exactly. When I was in college, my degree is in health and exercise physiology, right? So a friend of mine and myself, we did one of our experiments was in one of our classes was we basically had to go pick a supplement from anywhere and go take it apart. Basically, we go to the lab, take it apart, see what's actually in it, right? So we picked like a random ginkgo type supplement from, I think we got it from one of the vitamin different shops or whatever. Dude, there was, I think it was like almost 30% grass clippings in this capsule. And then you look at the label, it's like 99% whatever, because that's not regular. You can put whatever the hell you want in there.
Yep.
It gets scary too. Like the dude that runs Redcon 1, he's getting ready to go to prison because he was running the Blackstone Labs and he's putting all kinds of drugs in it. And people were just taking it. Yeah. And you can't, people there was a while there when you had, athletes that were dying from stuff that they were taking over the counter that they're supposed to be normal, and and turns out, if they're diabetic or they got certain underlying health conditions that if they're taking that, that's not great. They want to compete and stuff. And what, like when it comes to that, I'm just like, look, if you want to compete that bad that you're going to take that, and you don't know what's in it, just do the drugs.
Exactly. At least that's what it is.
At least you know what you're getting. Yeah. I'm not saying I condone it or it's healthy, but
at least you guaranteed a good time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And Jim kind of started a kind of a revolution in a sense, because then a lot of other companies started coming out trying to at least almost replicate what he was doing with their products, and you started seeing these, full serving type of companies, and whatever works for you is fine. I'm not going to tell you to take a certain thing. If you take supplements, but I've been taking Jim now since literally 2013. I've not changed off of it. It works for me. It works for a lot of people. And so
for me,
there's no,
you heard it on the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast. 2 different people said it worked for them. You better go try it.
Yeah. It's just, it's, like Justin said, it's just he explains it.
The whole offensive line should be taking Jim Stefani.
You know who takes it? I was watching an interview way back. John might remember, but Malcolm Jenkins. He had it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Behind him in his locker. Yep, that's right.
That was dope. my little brother, actually, none of us are Eagles fans, by the way, me and my brothers.
Oh.
Yeah, my middle brother's a Patriots fan, and my youngest brother's a massive Vikings fan. And he sent me a video of Daniil Hunter was scooping it out of his locker, and I was like, okay. And Daniil's a freak, so I was like, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, and Jim, Jim, like I said, if you guys listen to this or not familiar with him, just look him up. I mean, how old is he now? Was he 50? 54. Yeah, he's covered. Listen, he's covered in tats. The man is, he's not what
myself.
Yeah, right. But he's not what, when you think of a doctor or whatever, a lot of people, that's not what they think of when they first, see. But the dude knows his, stuff inside. I followed him for a long, long time. I used to look at his research when I was in school. And
but it goes to the don't judge a book by its cover.
That's right, man. Yeah.
There's dudes on Facebook that'll be like, oh, where'd you learn that, Jim? President, he'll be like, do you mean that's between the time I was at Yale or Auburn or
right?
And like, wait, what?
Exactly. Yeah. And so, it's, exactly. So, he makes protein, pre-workout, post-workout, vitamins, you name it. It's a lot of different things he's out there. So like I said, y'all check it out if you haven't, or if you're interested in it. And you started a fitness regimen this year. Like Justin said, just keep at it, because
keep it fun. Yeah. Keep it, competing in bodybuilding, that's fun for some people. Like we talked about, it's not our thing. I have a jiu-jitsu competition next month, so I'm fueling up for that, but that's what keeps it fun for me. That's fun for me. So I'm going to drive towards it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And when I train folks, when I'd have consultations with people, I told Mike this before, so many people would come to me at 40, 45, 50 years old because their doctor made them, finally go there because they have high blood pressure or whatever the case may be. And, they're already not looking forward to it because they already have in their mind what this is going to be.
Yeah.
And I would always tell them, like, no, like, I'm not just going to start, if you start training with me, I'm not going to just make you go do the treadmill for 30 minutes, or I'm not going to say this is the only thing you can do. Like, we're going to find something that you enjoy to do. So if you want to go play racquetball, I'll go play racquetball with you for 25 minutes if that's what you want to do. And so, whatever, like, there will be, some weight training to it, of course, that type of thing. But I'm not going to make you do any, because if you're not having fun, you're not enjoying it, you're not going to stay with me.
Yeah, you're not.
Which is the whole point. I want you to stay with me and keep it going.
And that goes for anything, that's not just fitness.
That goes for anything.
Anything in life. Yeah. I hate when I hear people say, "Oh man, I hate my job." I'm like, then do something about it. We mean it.
Make it fun. Make it a game. You gotta make a game. Yeah.
Grind out that job while you work towards the job you want.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway,
it's over. It's one life, Once it's over, it's over.
That's right.
You get one time to be here, man. You gotta ride the ride the way it's supposed to be written.
That's right.
Oh yeah. And my goal is, obviously, like when Justin and I first met, like I was, from the time we had left Vegas to just before Mike and I met, probably, like those 2 or 3 years, I don't know what happened. I just lost all my drive. I just didn't go to the gym. It was odd because, like, for almost a decade, like, that was my life. Everything revolved around the gym. Like when I was going, everything. And then all of a sudden, I don't know. I just don't know. It was weird. Like, we moved back to Atlanta, found out we were having a son, and I don't know if it was just maybe a combination of stressors or whatever the case may be, whatever it was. I didn't go to the gym.
It wasn't fun anymore.
Right.
I've been there.
And so
I'm like, this isn't fun.
And so
then it was all, this is it from there.
Man, Justin, there's a restaurant Mike and I used to eat at called This Is It. It's all Southern food, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. But anyway,
we used to go there and shit almost every day and spend like $15 a person.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Hey,
but you gotta eat good.
Yeah.
I have many door dashes through the week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
And I dabble in vitamins.
Right. Yeah. But part of, like I said, part of me getting back into it, when I got back online, I noticed Jim had his own line. I was like, oh wow. So I was like, I didn't know that was, so that's when I started, talking with Justin, going back and forth. And that's when I got right back into it. And I quickly gained I got my weight back that I had lost, because I got down to probably 175, and I normally sit around, like, I'm comfortable around 195, 205 range.
That's
somewhere
me,
there.
Yeah. About 190, I'm good.
Yeah. And so I got my weight back, got my drive back. Amanda got back into it as well. So we just, and we haven't lost it since, even like through the pandemic, we bought home gym stuff and started doing, working out here. So, that helped out big time. So, and that's another thing as well, not to plug gym, but on the Gym Army, it's a huge support group. Like if you need motivation, just go to that Gym Army page on Facebook, because you will get all the motivation and then some that you need from some of the stories like Justin and other just amazing stories of like transformations that, that are out there.
Or inspiration. Yeah, I always tell people you can be inspired by other people, but to motivate yourself to do it, that's you.
Exactly.
Like, you do that.
Yeah. Like if you,
I can't come to your house and pick you up and make you, do things. That's you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, there's been days I didn't really want to work out, and I'll just happen to scroll through and I'll see like maybe your post, somebody else post, like, shit, nah, I'm going to go. Like, if it spurs you to do that, great. That's that. And hopefully some of the posts I've done in the past does that, but I mean, it's crazy, but, so we'll move on from that, man. But I just wanted to let people I just wanted people to hear your story. Cause like I said, I think it's important. And, Mike and I have talked about fitness and health on the show before. So I just, kind of flowed into it. And before we get to the Falcons too, Justin has a podcast wrestling called Wrestling with Opinions. It's him and his brother. Tell us a little bit about that, Justin.
Yeah, so we started our Wrestling with Opinions podcast. So if you're a fan of, WWE, AEW, anything like that, come check us out. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Podcast Addict. But really why we started it is because wrestling and football both kind of saved my life. It saved my life, saved my brother's life. He's not big into football. He's more wrestling, but those two sports saved our lives. Yeah, I call wrestling a sport because it's tough. My brother does it, and I've seen him do it. It's tough. But I won't go into like too much crazy detail, but we grew up very, very poor and like very big time physically and mentally abused in our household. And all my brother and I had was wrestling. We sit down, we watch wrestling, we forget. You forget that you're getting beat. You forget that all this stuff. You forget you're poor. You don't have anything. There's times we wouldn't eat for a while. You forget it all because you're so immersed. And that's what football was for me too, And that's how when I was about 6 years old, like I was telling you, and I saw Deion Sanders high step, and I was like, that's my team. I was like, that's it. That's my team.
Justin, so listen, I've said on this podcast, I was 9 and I didn't like football. I thought it was boring. And I saw this dude dancing. This dude was pulling his jersey. And it made me want to know, what is that? And I liked him. Then I liked the Falcons. Then I liked the sport. So that one player put me into the sport. So I owe him the world. And it made me, if you remember that team, MC Hammer and Vander Holyfield, it had a lot of stars on the side. It was like, as a child, it take your mind like it's the only fun football team. And it had the cooler colors. It had the cooler people. It was like gritty. So I was like, I'm with that shit.
The Dirty Birds. We're dirty.
The Dirty Birds, yeah.
Black and red, yeah.
Black and red. Now, I don't mean to skip ahead.
No.
Do you get dragged? Eagles fans are the wildest.
The worst. Say the worst, not the wild. Worst.
Yeah. So, man, your peer group, the people who you went to school with, do they drag you like you traitor, like you won't be a Falcon fan?
No. I think that would come if I was like a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
Or Redskins, in the division. But I do get some heat. Yeah, I get the heat.
You get some heat.
But I give
never play y'all.
No, right. And we do here and there, and we usually beat you, but
playoffs.
Playoffs. Yeah, and usually one in the first or second week of the season, randomly here and there.
Yeah.
This year actually got hammered.
Yeah, sadly.
Do you ever get to come, Justin, and see? Have you seen the stadium? Have you been in the stadium?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, so my wife drove us there for an anniversary present a while back. Right. Here's the saddest part, though. She drove us. We drove 13 hours. Come see the Falcons play. It was Michael Vick's return. She knows I love Vick. That's another reason I got.
He came against the Eagles.
But he was on the Eagles.
I was at that game.
You were at the game?
The Eagles, and he played the Falcons.
Yeah, and they beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I saw that shit. But I'm gonna tell you something. Your wife is the GOAT for that. That's a hell of a gift.
Oh, it's amazing, man.
Hey, man, any wives that are listening to this podcast, you can't come with a sweatshirt after that. You can't come with a hoodie after that story. Drive down to Georgia to go see your favorite football team.
Look, man, I'm only 31, but we've been together about 15 years. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's what I was getting at too with Dion is like, I didn't get to see him, because I'm only 31, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But they would show clips from back when, and that's when I saw him like, this guy's dancing. I was like, he kind of reminds me of a wrestler. He's kind of promos, look good, feel good. I'm like, oh, this is my guy. Like I'm getting hyped up. Mm-hmm. And then Vic, Jamal Anderson. I'm like, oh, these are dogs. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, and then you had it just kept going, we had Rising and then Roddy White. And God, like when we got Tony Gonzalez, I was freaking. Like,
oh yeah.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you, how can you tell he a real fan when you mention Roddy White? You Roddy
White. How can you not?
He's not a famous name.
I mean, you're all right. Yeah, non-famous name who I used to love. I'm a Falcons fan, right? Harry Douglas. Harry Douglas.
Love him.
So underappreciated, man.
Yeah, man, he used to hit them slants. He used to get us them 6-7 yards.
In the slot, 3rd and 7, who's the ball going to? Harry Douglas.
He was a beast on Madden. He was fast as shit on Madden.
He was. That's how I felt about Sanu, too. I was like, no respect.
Yeah.
This guy gets downs every time.
Yep.
Where's the respect?
Yeah. Sanu was the new version of Brian Finneran.
Yeah, he's just a first down machine.
Oh, that was damn good, John.
Finneran was Vic's dude.
Yeah.
He was reliable as hell.
Yeah, Vic said when he, 3rd down or end zone, that's where he's going. Was Finneran.
Justin, is there one Falcon that it could be of now or in the past that you feel like does not get the credit they deserve for being as good as they were or are?
Matt Ryan, hands down.
Man, he's gonna be a regular. He's gonna be a regular on the show.
There's no question.
Hey, listen to me. You're gonna be a regular. Come on. I'm gonna let you finish. Go
whatever
ahead.
You guys want, but there's the heat around Matt Ryan drives me insane. Like insane. Now, John knows this. Like I always tell people, they say, oh, you're a Falcons fan. You got all these jerseys from other teams in the NFL. I'm a Players fan. I love a lot of different players. If you're good, I respect it. I don't care if you're in my division. Julius Peppers is one of my favorite players of all time.
Yes.
And he was a Panther.
Yeah.
But if you put Aaron Rodgers, who I also love and respect as a player, behind the lines we had in front of Matt Ryan,
Thank you.
Get killed.
Thank you.
Put Matt behind Brady's line, behind Rodgers' line. Will he be as elite as them?
Maybe
some special things.
Right.
But he'd have a ring. He'd definitely have a ring.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. Anything good about Matt Ryan?
That is so disrespectful.
No, I'm the same way. I always, man. He's the most underrated. When you look at his stats and what he actually is doing, he went one of the most underrated players in NFL history, man. I love him.
Yeah, I mean, I told him about talking with David last week. How he was saying, I mean, it's just hard to comprehend because if he's on any other team, like you don't see that type of vitriol coming toward him because it's like I don't know. It's just weird.
He's our biggest star, realistically.
Yeah. Right.
And he's the greatest Falcon ever. And when he leaves, I always say this. I don't know how long it'll take before you get another franchise quarterback. So don't be so ungrateful. It could be 12 years before you get the next dude.
And he wants to play for us. He wants to be here.
And he's damn good.
Yeah.
And like I always say, it's not just on the field. He's the face of our team, the class, the dignity, the way the man dressed, the way he talked, the way he carry himself. You never seen him on TMZ with a scandal with some strippers, with just none of that. It's just Matt Ryan. He's a professional quarterback. And
he's got a new coordinator every time you turn around. There's no consistency.
Man, no defense and like a shitty line. No running back. And
no more Julio to bail us out. I'm not going to lie. He's bailed Matt out a lot.
Yeah.
But
Russell Gage bailed him out a few times. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, Russell surprised me this year.
Russell surprised a lot of people.
He's not a number one for me, but he's solid.
John always say that. Like, he's not,
Well, he was never supposed to be. He just got thrust into that role, when Calvin went out.
He stepped up.
He did.
Now, Pitts is a dog, but I want that physical. Like when Julio stepped on the field, and I may be biased a little bit because he's one of my favorite players of all time. When Julio stepped on the field, like, oh my God, like this dude.
Yeah.
Hell no, I can't stick this dude.
I told Chris this, our Saints buddy, that comes on the show with us, that he was different. Man, I saw him catch a screen pass at Alabama and every other player on that field looked like they were standing still. I mean, he took it to the house, and it was just.
When he did it to the Eagles.
Yeah, right. I mean,
he did do it to the Eagles.
But I mean, you're looking at. I mean, LSU had, I mean, those are 4- and 5-star guys too, on defense. I mean, it was just like a shot, and the way he was built. I mean, and like you said, I mean, Pitts is similar, man. He's a similar, and I think that physicality is going to come, as he gets more experience and gets, because that's just going to happen.
Some Jim Stephani, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
And the thing with
throwing people left and right.
Yeah,
the thing with Julio, man, it's like people are like, oh yeah, but he's older, he's getting hurt now, and this and that. I'm like, that's every good player gets hurt. Right. That's why they're good. They play that hard.
Julio does. Be honest, when he's on the field, he's one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the sport.
Yeah.
So it's just him being on the field is the fucking problem.
And he'll remind you. Like that's the thing.
He'll remind you.
He went off last week for the title.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, we're not talking about it that much. Yeah, but the other team knows when he steps on there that Julio's there.
Got a double. He requires a double team still.
I mean, look, the catch he made in the Super Bowl should have sealed it for us. That was the most insane thing. I mean, on the sideline, and then
every team has those guys though. Everyone. Yeah. Even like if you look at the Buccaneers right now, they have one of my favorite defensive players of all time is Richard Sherman. I know a lot of people don't like.
Nah, me too. That's my man.
I love Sherman.
I love Richard Sherman.
Somebody that can talk wild like that.
Me too, and back it up.
Yeah.
And everyone, oh no, he's lost a step. He's this and that. But I know every offense is like, nah, that's still Richard Sherman.
Still Richard Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
In his zone.
They know.
Yeah.
And every team has that guy. Totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, right with you. And I mean, but getting back to not to get back to Matt real fast, but yeah, I mean, when we talk about him before, Mike and I, and we've gotten some
every week, Justin. Every week, I'm defending man. I'm not gonna let nobody do it.
Well, you can't look at it. What I was gonna say is, I mean, we talk about it. You can't talk about it as a singular because, like this year, if nothing else, I mean, you had McGarry who underperformed. You had Mayfield as a rookie. You had Hennessy as a rookie. Basically, I mean, he wasn't a rookie, but it's just second year. But I mean, like, there's no continuity of that offensive line. Like Jake Matthews was your most senior offensive lineman. Lidstrom, thank God, had a fantastic year. Otherwise, I think David said Matt would have been dead if he hadn't had a good day, good year. But I mean, once you get some continuity with that line, I mean, like, and it looks like I would think they're going to bring in like a free agent offensive guard to help Jalen next year, because I don't know what they're going to do, but they got to do something. They can't.
No, because we don't like to make big moves. So
we never make big moves.
I mean,
but I hope, because it's like the new people, it's the new regime. I'm hoping for a big move.
I hope.
Or defensive line.
We wait. It seems like we wait till they're washed. Like Todd Gurley, everyone's we got Todd Gurley. I'm like, no, we could have used him like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Not this Steven Jackson. He had some good moments, but
Steven Jackson. Yeah.
But I'm just gonna throw my dog upstairs real quick.
You good?
I gotta say Fowler.
Oh God, yeah. No, man. I mean, but yeah, when you talk about, like I said, when you talk about the offensive line, I mean, we've talked about it so much now. It's just
still gotta give John props for the Matt Ryan tweet from 2 weeks ago. I think if we could pin that and encapsulate it, you remember when you stood up for Matt Ryan?
Oh yeah.
I still think that if y'all didn't go like that, because that should have been on a scroll in the Bible.
Yeah, let's get off on a rant. But I mean, he is. I mean, like we said last week with David. I mean, Father Time is undefeated, so he is. Be 37.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be a succession plan. I get that. And I mean,
well. Father Time can't beat Tom Brady, but besides that,
I just want somebody. I want to draft somebody to sit behind him for 1 year. If not 2, he can teach him everything. Then he can go still be in our organization. I don't want Matt Ryan to leave, right? I want him to always be somebody to us.
Yeah, but
of some way. I love Matt Ryan as a person, as a
human. Yeah. I mean, I there was a time I thought he would retire a Falcon. I don't think that's going to happen now. Just looking at the realistically of the, I mean, like, next, and I don't
that think, breaks my heart, John. And you say that.
I mean, I thought the same about Julio, and
same here.
Do you think too that he will retire not a Falcon, Justin? Matt?
I think they'll both retire Falcons, but I think they'll both leave. Well, obviously he'll do it, but I think Matt will play a year or two somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just you look at, and we've talked about it on the show before with the salary cap issues. I mean, Matt has restructured his deal so many times that, to help out the team, to sign it. And then so now that big lump sum of $48 million is coming due next year.
And he's like, where's the help been? Like,
right.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
right.
So
like we went and got Fowler, right? That was our latest movie. He can't sack. Every time he dives for a sack, the guy breaks off. The QB breaks off.
He can't do anything. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
Drive me nuts, man.
That's man.
He gets back there, but
nothing's happening. Yeah.
We lost the Redskins game because of that. He got back there and Heineke slipped away and chucked it up. Yeah. And somehow, man, and that's another thing for Matt, though. It's so, our defense, is so bad that Matt's got the ball, and then Matt's got the ball, and then Matt's got the ball. And these guys are getting tired. And then, again, there's no Julio to just throw it up to. So Russell Gage, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, well, since the season ended, I've seen a lot of people kind of dragging Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot as well, but on their first draft that they had. And,
No, I think Pitts was a great pick.
Yeah. Don't disagree there at all. I mean, that was, I think people are talking about now,
give him 2 drafts, buddy, at least 2 drafts before you judge him.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of the folks I saw were saying, if Parsons is there, you have to take, I mean, hindsight's a great thing and all, but I mean, you also got a generation. Let's be honest. If Pitts stays on this, he's going to be a Hall of Famer if he stays on this type of track.
And I think the draft's overrated big time. Come on, all the good guys nowadays go in the 3rd round, the 4th round. They're like, who's this guy?
If you're going to
just said that.
If you're going to redraft, if you went back and redrafted classes, I guarantee you 50% or more of the top 10 would not be in your top 10 anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me talking off my ass. I don't know if that's the case or not.
No, when you think about it, though, Tom Brady went in the 6th round.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Russell went in the 1st.
Dude, Vic Beasley, 1st round. Grady Jarrett, 5th round.
There you go.
I mean, right now, I don't even know that you draft Vic Beasley at this point. If you go back and look at it.
John had a point that I love. He said, if you know what the hell you're doing, man, you can draft good in the 5th and 6th round. You can get somebody good.
Yeah.
If you can evaluate talent.
Great point.
Exactly. Yeah. If you can evaluate talent, you can pick up good. That's why I hate when people say, I want to tank or lose to get, move up a few positions. I hate that shit. I'm like, why? Well, you want your team to no, it's just not even. And even dude, going into the last season or into the last game, dude, we had folks here in Atlanta saying lose to the Saints.
Yeah, to the Saints.
What, Justin? Now that's a sin.
That's a big sin.
That's a
especially
sin.
with Gardner Johnson over there. I can't stand that.
Dude. Yeah, exactly. Justin, so tell us something that we don't know about Philadelphia, man. We all the way down in Georgia. That would blow our mind because we hear corny so the Liberty Bell. Is there anything just that would blow our mind?
I don't know if it would blow your mind, but I can tell you Pat's and Geno's is not the place to go for cheesesteak.
It's not so where's the place? Man, everybody go there. The rappers go there where did you go for cheesesteak?
That's because they're all tourists, man. The real rappers like Meek and them they're not going to Pat's and Geno's.
Okay. So where do you go for cheesesteak? What's the best place for
you're going to a roadside stop truck.
That's what I figured. You know what I mean? That's what I figured.
Yeah, you're going to a taco truck type of place.
Okay.
Food's at
not a restaurant.
Nah.
Never you heard it. A taco, a stand. Now if it's a man on the side of the road without a stand, don't eat what he give you. Okay,
I tell you,
but if it's a stand, you by all means get a cheesesteak.
We went to, my wife and I, we got married in Jamaica. And the resort, they had all this good food. It's so good. And the Jamaican guy, I got pretty friendly with him because we were there for 2 weeks, and he's like, this isn't food. We would never eat this, bro. This isn't what
I get you. Yeah.
So his mom, she runs a roadside stand where they catch shrimp out behind her house and stuff like that. And he brought me some food. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. He brought me some food from his house, and I was like, this is the best thing I've eaten in 2 weeks of being here.
I get you.
You know what I mean? Same thing with Philly. You're not gonna find it at the places, like that.
All right, now you said that you lost 130 pounds. Am I correct?
103
103 pounds. Have you ever ran the Rocky Steps?
Not ran. I've walked them. I've gone up.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a tourist thing, you know.
Yeah, that's a tourist. So you don't do no tourist thing. Okay.
I don't like the city.
I got you. Now is man Meek Mill like the man there? Is like Meek the man?
Yeah, Cassidy, Meek.
He's pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So now, how did your brothers split? That all y'all have a different team. How did that happen?
You know what? The players on the team. You know, I had the Dion, right? That was for me.
Okay.
My youngest brother, he saw Adrian Peterson and it blew his mind.
Ooh,
yeah, when he saw AP, he's only 20, so he got to see all of AP.
Yeah.
And my middle brother, he was a big Gronk guy.
Okay.
Which is
your house. So your house, I bet, is full of jerseys.
My house here, yeah, I have all. I can show you guys, but it's not all of them. I still got like 17 that aren't up, but I got.
Y'all got to see. This man got 17 that's not even up.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Like Clay, I got Clay Matthews, Steven Jackson. I mean, I can run the ball, but my favorite.
That was Roddy White I saw, and Deion Sanders and Roddy White.
We got Roddy and Deion.
Hey, and like Tony G.
Tony, that's my wife's and mine behind it.
He got Michael Vick, y'all, for the Eagles.
Vick, look, we got the Super Bowl Julio jersey.
That's dope.
But then I got the breast cancer awareness Julio jersey.
Awesome. Oh man.
Yeah.
I never seen that one.
We got the AP.
AP.
Yeah. This is my favorite defensive player, Khalil Mack.
Hard to argue.
Dog, this man said he got a jersey, he got a wall full of jerseys, and 17 of them not even up.
You remember Chris? We got Chris Johnson down there.
Oh man,
man, Chris Johnson was a creative player.
So fast.
The GOAT, Tom Brady, of course. Brady. I got more over here too.
Now, hold on, man. No Eagles jersey. I know you got one.
Yeah,
Eagles.
we got the Vic. I know you can't really see it up there, but the Vic is Eagles. I got Asante Samuels, one of my favorite, and then the Wilbert Montgomery might be. This is big throwback.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got the LT color.
Oh, LT.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, they got the LT. No, you like this one then. We got the Ray Lewis Pro Bowl.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Chris Chambers. Remember Chris
Chambers? Big Chris Chambers.
Ocho Cinco. Bichon.
Okay.
And then Peppers.
Damn.
And then this isn't a football jersey, but I just thought it was dope, so I got it.
Oh wow.
300.
That's awesome.
That's
pretty hard, right?
Hey, that's dope. Yeah.
But
man,
yeah.
So like, what's your favorite jersey? If you got to pick one, you got to pick one. If the house, listen, the house is burning down. Your wife is out. Your dog is out. You got one time for one jersey. You grabbing one jersey. Which jersey you running out with?
Probably the Super Bowl Julio one.
The Super Bowl. Good pick.
Yeah. We should have had him on a few weeks ago, Mike. We were talking about jerseys. That was
Oh yeah. Ask him the question, John.
There was it's a radio station here in town. There was they did a whole segment basically on it was like when should the grown men stop wearing jerseys? And so like all these guys start calling in like, 30 years old, you got to stop, 35, you guys. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, no. I'm like, I'm gonna be wearing a jersey when I'm 85, 90, 100. Like I don't give a shit. Like
never.
What? Like I'm a fan of the team. Like
in my casket, I want a Matt Ryan jersey.
Yeah.
It blew me away. I was like, I don't know, man.
You got a Matt that's not up yet, but
you got a Matty one?
Yeah, well, the ones that aren't up are ones I still wear during the season.
Okay, yeah.
We got the Deion Jones, the Calvin Ridley, and the Matt that I rotated through.
John got the gray Kyle Pitts jersey, like the fade silver one.
Got it for yeah. My favorite's probably the
now too. That's right. I forgot. My little brother got it for me for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
What?
Pitts jersey.
The Pitts jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one, John?
Probably I've got the old school black Julio, like with the old black Falcon and everything all black.
Man,
like
I got a
Dion
for like the Falcons in two colors. I got the 49ers Dion. I got the Cowboys Dion. I got the Redskins Dion and the Baltimore Ravens Dion.
Wow.
I got all the Dions. None of them fit, but I don't. And I got all Allen Iverson jersey, like Georgetown, everything for Allen Iverson. So I got Dion's jersey and I got all Allen Iverson jersey.
That's hilarious.
So like, were your parents split or were they Eagles fans or did they like?
My parents, man, the only thing my parents were into were drugs. They were into
I got you. I got you.
They didn't.
So, man, football. So
I was just flipping through and I saw football, and it was just another escape for me from my reality, you know.
Did you play Madden?
Oh yeah, still do.
I was explaining to John when he passed, it was kind of emotional. Because when I remember, it was some Christmases that we didn't get anything else, but we always got Madden. That was in stone. We was getting that, but we might not have got anything else. Yeah. That it did, like you said, it will distract your mind from being poor or any type of John Madden. So I owe the dude. He's like your fat uncle that helped raise you. It distract your mind to be able to play that game for hours and hours and
100%.
hours, or to watch Barry Sanders or to watch Deion Sanders. That shit changed lives. And like you said, it could really help you out a lot from anything you're going through. It's a great distraction, man. I miss John Madden.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge gamer. I game. Yeah. Like it's like top of my list, gaming.
Yeah.
I've been trying to Liam is huge into Fortnite now, which he was a little late to the game with Fortnite because like all of his friends are playing it, and then he was still playing a hell lot of MLB The Show. He was playing Madden, some other stuff. So like once he started playing Fortnite though, like he's made up for lost time. Like he's and he's really like surprisingly really good, I guess. And so I started playing that with him. It's pretty stressful. He yells at me a lot.
It's pretty stressful. He yells, "Come on, Dad. I mean, get your head out."
Dude, I played a shit ton of Call of Duty, man, like back in the day. And this Call of Duty, but it's like you're doing builds and all this crazy shit, man. And it's like that's different to me. So like having to learn that on top of not getting shot, it's different. Yeah.
Justin, now John's son's the coolest kid ever, man. He's a big Atlanta Falcons fan. Are you raising your kids Atlanta Falcons fan? What are you gonna do? Like, are they liking football? Are they not? Or they don't care at all?
So my son's not huge into football.
Okay.
But he knows that the Falcons are the best.
Hey, okay.
He's got multiple comments and likes from Julio on Instagram wearing his jersey.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. And then he's got Julio jersey, he's got Ridley jersey, he's got Matt Ryan jersey. Any jersey that I got, he gets.
He gonna be a Falcon fan then.
Sports day at school, I'm like, put your jersey on.
Yeah.
That's the one. Like,
that's dope. Yeah.
So when are you moving to Atlanta then?
Yeah.
That's the question, right? Oh man.
The weather, the food, it's awesome. The cheaper rent, it's not as cold.
I wish, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
So do you have direct with the game signal thing? What do you call that?
What?
You get to see
Sunday ticket?
games? Like, how do you watch the Falcons?
Oh, so I watch Red Zone.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm a Players fan, so I like to see I'm one of those guys where you say a number of the team, I know who it is.
Dude, Red Zone is crack.
Justin.
I mean, you could just say.
Who's calling that now? Is it LT?
No, it's Scott Hansen.
Scott Hansen does. Okay.
And that's why I don't watch football with anyone. I used to watch a little bit with my godfather, who pretty much raised me after I left my parents, but he's an Eagles fan. Again, they want to watch the Eagles. And I'm like, no, I want to watch everybody.
I want to see everybody.
I play FanDuel, so like I'm making money. Like I'm losing money too. But,
right.
But hopefully tonight, I can win. But
that's right. Do you have any like, I guess, favorite moment as a fan, like that just stands out to you, like over the years?
Football fan or Falcons?
Falcons fan.
Okay. Yeah. God.
I already know what the worst moment is, so I'm not even asking.
Yeah, we know what the worst.
Please, we don't.
I mean, that could be the best also, though, because you felt so confident. I'd say when Robert Alford got that pick six, I was pretty hyped when pick six.
When that happened, I texted Mike immediately. And I'm not thinking, no, Mike, I think you texted me and you're like, man, we're doing it.
And that's when my little brother, he's like grabbing me and hugging me. He's like, you guys are about to do it.
I was about to cry. I was literally about to start crying.
Yeah. It's cool too, because he got to share that with me. And then we were watching the Minnesota Miracle together. So I got to share that with him.
Dope.
And for his birthday that year, I actually got him an autographed Stephon Diggs jersey. So he was pretty hyped for that.
Yeah, that's my man. I love Stephon. Yeah,
Diggs is a beast. But I mean, aside from that moment, probably when we got Tony Gonzalez, I was pretty excited.
That's good. Okay.
He changed it for us, I'd say.
Definitely. Yeah.
Now, how about a player? Do you have a favorite Falcon of all time? If you pick one, are you gonna pick Dion?
I'm probably Julio.
You gotta go Julio. Gotta go.
It's tough though. It's like right there.
All right. So here's the question, Justin. You gotta be prepared for this. Okay, this is the good one. In all of Falcons history, since you've been watching, if you can pick one Falcon of past or present, of past, to help us to come on our team for next season, you will get the player at his peak performance for 1 year. So you can get any Falcon for 1 year to come and play specifically as we need on the roster for next year.
And
who are you going to get?
He's peaked, right? Like he's good as hell right now.
I mean, it's his best, it's his peak, it's his 99 on Madden.
Dwight Freeney.
Ooh, shit! Wow. I would have never guessed that.
That's
that
great.
Was a good one.
Yeah.
And he said that quick, John. He wasn't. He knew
it was going to be John Abraham or Dwight Freeney.
Yeah.
Oh,
I said Abraham with David.
He said Abraham.
Yeah.
Nobody never said that. Justin, that was good.
That Freeney spin was nasty.
You're right,
Freeney
man.
Spin was nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a great one. Yeah. What about
and you know, there's been a lot of underrated Falcons, so it's tough.
Yeah. I mean, y'all remember Patrick Kearney back in the day?
Love him.
Yeah.
Love him.
Keith Brooks. I mean, we've had some. I mean, and then we let some guys go that kind of had resemblances to some of these guys that drove me nuts. Like Keanu Neal was up one of my favorites.
He got
a lot of heat, but he was a dog. Like he was big. He was a missile. And I was like, damn, this is going to be our Lawyer Malloy. It's Lawyer Malloy. And then we got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought Casey was pretty good too, but
I do like him. I always liked him. I don't know. I didn't understand that when I thought he was. I didn't.
Yeah, he wasn't like a game changer, but I thought he
would get interceptions from time to time.
Yeah,
he was a ball hawk. So
I see that in Hawkins.
Yeah,
Dylan Hawkins.
Both of them on Dallas with Dan Quinn.
Oh, he took him. Yeah, he's
KZ and Neal.
Yeah, he said, "I know what they
took him."
Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
He did.
Yeah, and looking at the that kind of brings us back to the last year's draft too. I mean, a lot of those guys that they drafted really weren't supposed to see the field this year as much as they did. I mean, like you look at Mayfield, he was drafted. Josh Andrews won the position. Then he broke his thumb in preseason. So and mostly Mayfield had practiced at tackle during. So that didn't help that he stepped into left guard, which he played right guard at Michigan. So like that's and we gave him a lot of heat all year long, but he did suck all year long. But I mean, like he was kind of thrust in that position as well.
It's too. If you think about it, he didn't expect Ridley to leave, and when he left, it's like, oh, well, you're the guy now. He was like,
Gage too. Russell Gage, to me, man, you are a 3 or 4, and you got to put in 1, and you was making big catches over top of people. Who
you gotta love though? Cordero. You gotta love.
Oh man,
yeah, that's John, man. Yeah, love him.
Yeah,
like here's what I said. He's the blood of the body. He the one to get the body going. He's the pump. He's the electricity.
It'll be interesting to see if they re-sign him because I mean
it really should. Man.
He definitely made himself some money this year.
Electricity alone.
I can see Arthur Smith. I like him. He's a good coach. But he tried to do too much with Mike Davis, and Mike Davis isn't Derrick Henry. It's not what you're used to.
Yeah, Mike Davis is not Derrick Henry.
No, and that's what Smith's used to. He's a run first coach. So it'd be interesting this offseason. They're going to go for someone like Melvin Gordon, who's going to be free.
Love Melvin Gordon.
Is it going to be Gordon? Because no one's talking about him. We're all talking about Daryl and.
I think they're going to draft one at some point. I think they're going to. I think there's a few good. We'll talk about it in some upcoming shows, but there's a few really good running backs actually that could fall to the Falcons in the second down.
Or a lot of good free agent receivers this year.
Or even third round. Yeah. Like we were talking about, like Godwin. I mean, it'd be fantastic to see.
I don't think we'll get our hands on Devontae Adams, but
it'd
be nice.
I mean, and that goes back to the whole Matt Ryan contract. I mean, I do think they'll extend him, if for nothing else, just to free up space, because if they extend him a couple more years and that hit goes way down, and you can still trade him, but it makes him a better commodity to trade down the road, and you can still draft your quarterback this year, next year, whatever that's going to be, to sit with him. I kind of think the more I read, the more I think about it. Like I don't know, like I know he'll be here next year. I feel comfortable with that. But 23, 23, 24. I don't know. I mean, like if they draft, especially if they draft one this year, I think then they're probably setting them up to trade in 23 if they think the guy they're drafting this year is going to be the successor.
And we're like a confusing team with draft picks because look, I love Pitts. Like I think he's a monster. He's going to be like you said, a Hall of Famer if he stays with us. He's a freak.
Yeah.
But we just gave up like draft picks to get Hayden Hurst like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And Hayden Hurst is pretty good. He's not Kyle Pitts, but he's a solid tight end.
Yeah. I think TD drove me crazy with some of the moves. Like I'm not a huge fan of moving up in the draft. Like the one move that obviously paid off was Julio.
Yeah.
But I don't like, especially the way we are now, like expending draft capital when we don't have shit to really, we need good players on cheaper contracts right now.
That's why I love McVay. I love Sean McVay. Everyone's like, they don't have any draft picks. I'm like, yeah, but they got Odell and Von Miller.
Yeah.
Guys, why are you gonna risk it and be like, I hope he can play versus two guys can play?
Can pick and play. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the draft because I mean it's definitely an imperfect science. You got guys out there that are paid a lot of money to evaluate talent every year. They get it wrong.
Yep.
On a pretty regular basis. I mean that you and I could sit here and pick, do mock drafts and pick better picks, stuff like that. Then you never know. I mean, like Justin and I talked about before we came on. I mean, Tack McKinley over TJ Watt. What made you do that?
In what world?
Man, what did you see?
TJ Watt's an animal, and he should have the record. That was bullshit.
It was bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't. Some of the stuff. I hope that and like I said, what Fontenot did with New Orleans encourages me to think that that's why I'm not so quick to judge on this first draft based on.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, some of these guys weren't supposed to play, and like you go on in Twitter world, everybody thinks that everybody you draft has to play and make an immediate impact and be fantastic in year one. That doesn't happen in the NFL. No, it does, but but not like. That's not the norm. I mean, there's like Kyle Pitts is not the norm. Micah Parsons is not the norm. Like these guys typically, especially in the secondary, take a little bit to kind of. I mean, AJ Terrell was pretty good last year. The jump we talked about it. The jump he took from year one to year two. I don't know. I've seen a corner take that big a leap before. I mean, that was pretty amazing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're not always going to get a Justin Jefferson. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Or Matt Ryan, who just started off good. So appreciate that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy. It's just funny, man. Justin, when we drafted Matt, probably I would say close to 70% of the city here wanted Glenn Dorsey. Like that was they were so pissed when we drafted. Like, who the fuck is Matt Ryan? Like, like was he at BC? What's BC? Like, what do they do in college? Who do they play? Like I mean, and Glenn Dorsey was just badass at LSU, right? They could rush the passer, and what he lasted 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? I don't even know.
Matt Ryan, 14 years later, still.
Yeah.
He got a really good amount of NFL records. Under that man's belt. That he broke so many records.
I mean, even this year, I think he had what was he, the best in the red zone?
Yeah,
he was damn
near 0 touchdowns. I mean, 0 interceptions.
0 picks in the red zone.
With the worst line, he was getting tore to shreds and almost. He was the only reason why we hung in some of those games.
Yeah, well, I think
bleeding, getting thrown down, and never complained or gave up. Matt Ryan, a soldier, he's just a nerdy gangster. He really is.
You know what we don't need is a kicker because Koo's a dog.
A dog, right? Hey, I was telling John, I used to love Bryant, but I love Koo now. He's so reliable. It's automatic to me.
Koo might be my favorite Falcons kicker ever.
Man, he's got the swag. He's got everything.
He got swag and everything. Yeah.
Number 7. What a bold move.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, so Justin, have you ever had the experience of we played the Eagles? But we played in your stadium, and you had to go in your stadium and all Falcon shit. Yeah. Was that a bad experience for you, or was that fun?
No, it's not fun. They say all kinds of shit to you and throw shit, and it's you go one.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you why I love you, Justin, because you repped it anyway. You win it anyway.
That's my team.
I've been to Dallas Cowboys Stadium, the only person in the stadium. I wasn't the only one, but a few people with. Hey, you got to do it sometime.
Yeah. After Brady came back and beat us, I'm like, that's my Falcons. Still is. Like,
yeah.
Like that's my team. Win, lose, or draw, you know?
Win, lose, or draw. Man, I love you, buddy. I love you for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've told Mike this, and you might have heard it before too, Justin. Like the next morning after the Super Bowl, like Liam thought we won. Like he was only 5, right? And like he thought that, or was he 6? Yeah, he's 5, and because he went to bed at 28-3, so he was thinking like,
so
we're good, you know. And like, so he goes to bed all happy, and he's like, what's the final score? I told him, dude, he literally cried. Like he said, he cried. I mean, he was so upset about it, and I was like, man. Like maybe you should root for somebody else. I don't know. I felt so bad.
Maybe I'm not being a good dad.
Yeah.
So you know, like that's a perfect example. You and all 3 of us on here versus like an Eagles fan. Because I have Eagles fans here. They absolutely despise Tom Brady. They just despise. I'm like, why? Like you beat him in the Super Bowl. What's your problem? Why do you hate him so much? Oh, because he won so many Super Bowls, this and that. And like we lost to him. I didn't hate him. I'm like, nah, we lost to him because he's Tom Brady. Like,
he kicked our ass.
He's Tom Brady. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, Bruce Arians said last week after the game, if Tom figures you out, then you're that's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, like it's
done. It's literally done.
Yeah,
the pool Tom has now is dangerous. Like
it really is.
Switch, nah, no thanks. Don't like that play. He can pick up a phone and be like, "Yo, Gronk, retire." What? No. Come on.
Watch the Super Bowl. He was down 25 points. I'm like, calm down. Just
yeah.
He was literally knowing, like, come on, here we go. He knew what they was getting ready to do. That's amazing.
Have you been watching Man of the Arena? Either of you?
I heard so many good things about it. I never seen
really good, and that's exactly what he did. They went to halftime with that, 21-3, and he's like, relax. We got a whole half.
I've got to if I watch it, I've got to watch it by myself because Amanda could not dislike a player more than Tom Brady.
Tom Brady,
because she's a Falcons fan, but she's from Indianapolis, so she's a big Colts fan.
So Peyton guy or girl, big Peyton girl.
Yeah, so Brady beat the shit.
With Peyton.
Yeah, Brady beat the shit out of the Colts almost on a regular basis. That was like their bugaboo. They could not get past New England, and so she does not have any good things to say about Tom, and I couldn't watch that with her. I'll have to. I do want to check it out though. It looks awesome.
It's really good. But speaking of the Colts, I'd say one of my favorite podcasts, one of my favorite humans of all time, Pat.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Pat's love him.
Pat's
love him. Dude, the craziest kicker that ever lived.
Dude,
his Twitter account was like hilarious.
And then podcast is amazing.
My favorite podcast.
Once he got his podcast, I'm like, oh, this is genius because he's going to blow up and then making more money now than he did as a kicker. That's for sure.
And I didn't know much about Aaron Rodgers until Pat's podcast that he's a weekly guest on there.
Yeah.
Man, like Rodgers is a cool ass dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So all right. So hold on, Justin. I have another one. If you could kick it with one player past the who would it be? Who you think would just be a cool time to just kick it with, and
just like a fun time?
Just a fun time. You ain't on no football, but who you thought was just a cool person you might think it was dope to chill with for a night?
Probably Prime. Probably Dion.
Prime be cool to hang with. Yeah, I said the same thing.
That'd be an interesting.
I gotta say that'd be fun. I don't care if he was his age now. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and I know that's like the answer everyone probably expected.
Yeah, John gonna say something crazy. He won't say Prime. He'll say something. Who you say?
Crazy, yeah.
Just fun. You don't got to be a Falcon. Just somebody in the.
I could say something. I could say something like way controversial.
You about to say Antonio Brown?
Eugene Robinson.
Hey, that's a good one.
You know you're gonna have a good time.
Hey, you guaranteed a good time. You guaranteed a good time. That's all he did.
Yeah. Night before the Super Bowl, had a great time. Yeah.
Eugene Robinson.
I knew that happened. That we were not gonna. I didn't think we were gonna beat Denver anyway. But when that happened, I was like, Elway's about to torch us, and that's what happened.
Yeah. You guys like the Manning cast? Speaking of seeing a different side of people.
I mean, I didn't know Eli had a personality at all.
You neither.
Yeah. Nobody did.
No. Yeah, I thought it was.
But he's like with his brother, so it come out.
True.
It's his brother.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was once he retired, I started seeing little quippy things he put on Twitter. I was like, shit, I didn't know he had that in him. And then he got on the Manning cast. I'm like, all right, no, he's pretty funny actually. But yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Justin, do you have a favorite coach for the Falcons. Yeah, for the Falcons over the years.
That's a good one.
Sticks out. Or
God.
Could be a coordinator, could be a head coach, could be whatever.
Like,
it's tough, dude. We've had some good ones.
I know. For me, I'm crossed on like because of what Shanahan did for us in 2016.
If it can be a coordinator, I think
it could be
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I mean, he also,
he knew how to get it
big time, but
he knew how to scheme. And
I gotta go Dan Reeves, man. Just the class.
Yeah. I like, and when we had, I think we had our best run and as a defense was when we had Brian Van Gorder as our defensive coordinator.
Well, I think you was gonna say Mike Smith. I was gonna say, I
don't like Mike Smith.
Hey, John, I was gonna have to get you. I was gonna say, yeah,
because I think actually, I'll look it up while we're talking because I think we, but that was with Mike Smith. Was when Brian? Yeah, when Brian Van Gorder was
the first year he was there, or the second? It was first or second.
I think he was there 2008 through 11 or 12. Yeah, so 3 or 4 years because at the end there he wasn't great, but like for a while, I mean he was
at the end there he wasn't great. Quote Johnny Yates.
Shanahan's unreal though, man. Like
he is. Yeah.
He transitioned to head coach. Same thing though. He said we're just gonna run this ball down your throat till receivers open.
Yeah,
when you can have a Julio to do that with
play action, man. I'm telling you, Justin. I think he coming for Matt Ryan. I think he want Matt Ryan.
He wants Matt.
Best season.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna come for.
He's
Matt
gonna
Ryan.
let Garoppolo go.
Yeah,
and he's gonna let Lance sit behind Ryan. I agree.
He want Matt Ryan. He gonna let Lance sit behind Matt Ryan.
If Matt gets over there with Debo and Kittle,
he gonna win the Super Bowl.
I'd probably say that's my
with Kyle Shanahan with that defense, he will win the Super Bowl.
Kittle's probably my favorite offensive player right now.
Okay.
Because he's wild, man.
Yeah, he is wild.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying.
Yeah, Van Gorder. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mike. Van Gorder. Let's see, 4 years. Our record was 43-21.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
John, I would have never thought that if you didn't say that.
Yeah, made it made it the playoffs 2008, 10, and 11. But was 0-3 in the playoff games. So
could you imagine if they kept, if we somehow were able to manage to keep Shanahan and then move DQ to defensive coordinator?
That's what I thought we should have offered to do. Like, man, we'll move you down and we move him up. But I'm not losing that mind.
Just like the Vikings just did. I'm like, whoa. Like, keep Zimmer, just not head coach.
Dude, I mean, the quarterbacks coach then was Matt LaFleur. Who's
good
now
one.
The fucking Green Bay coach. I thought he should have got a look, for that. Well, at least an interview. Go figure.
He's probably getting ready to gear up for another Super Bowl.
Yeah, him against Shanahan tonight.
Yeah,
I can't.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do y'all? I mean, I guess we'll just get into the playoffs. So Bengals Titans first game up today. We talked about it a little bit before the show. So in our hearts, we want Julio to get a ring. We want him to be successsuel.
But what's the reality, right?
But we get the Titans second round pick, so we want them to lose. So
does it matter at this point?
I'm a player fan of Joe Burrow. I
think they said, you know what? I did read this article this morning by Scott Bair, if I can find it, with the Atlanta Falcons digital media.
I'm with you on Burrow though. Yeah, he's
I gotta go with Joe Burrow.
He's got swag.
Yeah,
swag. Oh yeah.
So the Falcons received this says the best spot the Titans second rounder could land is a 57 overall, which would be a series of upsets. And he said we currently own the 8th and 43rd selection, so we would have 843 and possibly 57. So but it could only fluctuate eight selections. So it could be 57 at the best.
I don't think it's that much of a difference.
Yeah, so 8 different.
I'd rather Julio get the ring.
I'm gonna be honest. I'd rather Julio, but I do love Joe Burrow, and as long as he play and get the ring. If he don't play, I don't care that he. But I would like him to have a kill. I want him to kill everybody today.
Him and Jamar Chase.
Unreal. Yeah. But if you like you got to look at it like, for me at least, I mean, I don't know how you guys look at it, but like if I remove Julio from the equation, I look around at all the teams in the playoffs, who has the most players that I like,
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably the Titans. AJ Brown, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Got a lot of guys I like.
Yeah.
Big dig. I'm an Alabama guy, so I'm obviously a big Derrick Henry guy. So yeah.
I'd love to see the Titans and the Bills in the championship.
I want to see Buffalo win the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't mind.
I just want to see Buffalo win it, man.
So what y'all?
I love them, so I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. So who you picking in Green Bay and San Francisco?
I'm going Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Green Bay, but I'd prefer San Francisco.
I would too.
Yeah.
Same here.
I gotta go Green Bay.
Same here.
A machine over there.
Yeah.
It's hard to. Yeah, Rodgers is kind of like Brady. It's hard to bet against him. I mean, it really is.
Rodgers even more so than Brady. It's like, I know Brady has more rings, but when the ball leaves Rodgers' hand, you're like, damn, who's open? Like, every time, you know.
Dude, what was that stat, Mike? Rodgers, his career interception percentage is ridiculous. It's like it's the best in history. It was like point whatever percent. Like
he averages like 3 picks a year max.
It's unreal. Max. It's like one out of, it was like basically 1 out of 100 throws.
And then when you watch them, they're like, oh, that wasn't even Rodgers' fault.
Some of the picks was you dropped the pass. Yeah.
So talking about Brady, so he's going against that Rams defense tomorrow. What's y'all thinking that one?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. I want Matt Ryan to have Stafford's experience so bad, just to get his props that I gotta go Stafford. I'm going Matthew Stafford. I want Matt. I sat and watched that dude get talked about like he was shit for years without no help, without no assistance, and you keep talking about him like he's a piece of shit. And now you get to see when you gave him half a team, half a help. The man is killing. I hope he win either him or the Buffalo Bills. I hope Matthew Stafford finally get his credit.
Justin, what you got?
You know, it comes back to who has more players again for me that I like, and I probably had to go with the Bucks.
The Bucks.
I'm a big fan of Brady. I love Gronk. I love Godwin.
Yeah.
Vaughn Whitfield Jr. I like him. And I don't know, there's something about the Rams that I never liked. This is something.
Man, I hate the uniforms.
I think that might be what it is.
The uniforms look.
And I'm
horrific.
like, why is it always damn sunny when you play?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
it pisses me off.
It really is.
Right.
Yeah. But you know what? Aaron Donald is gonna get, between Miller and Donald and Brady being on what? Don't they have like 4 injured linemen over there?
They do. Yeah.
It's gonna be tough to test with that. And then you got the dog Ramsey in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best corner in the league.
Yeah.
And then Eric Weddle came back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you got Cup, who broke ridiculous this year, and Odell Beckham making Baker Mayfield look like he was completely wrong.
I hate Baker Mayfield. That's Cam Akers is a guy. I mean, holy shit.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, they got a solid squad. They
do.
Yeah, and what's crazy, Cam had an Achilles injury like 8 months ago.
Yeah,
the dude's doing what he's doing now. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
And then finally, Bills at Kansas City, which should be a hell of a game.
That's gonna be heavy. I want Buffalo to win, but
Kansas City. Yeah, I want Buffalo to win, but I wouldn't be mad if KC won. Put it that way.
Yeah. Watching, we watched that game against, Allen didn't have a really good game against us. I mean, he had 3 picks and he didn't look. I mean, granted the weather was shit. He didn't look, like he has against others. I mean, like that game against Patriots last week. I mean, holy shit.
Well, look at his first meeting with the Patriots. It's the weather, and so if the weather's off, it seems like he's off.
Yeah, but man, that arm is some special, man. Like that is a giant arm that dude has.
When he runs, it's like, let's go. He's like,
man, and that's
2.0.
Yeah. Well, Tyrann Mathieu, he said this week, he said, we when he runs, we're treating him like a running back. We're gonna. You have to. I mean, like, yeah.
I mean, I know it's not right to play football that way, but if I'm in the playoffs and I see him heading out of bounds, I know it's him. I'm taking a shot. Yeah, and you're getting it. Yeah, you're getting a shot.
Yeah, I'll take the 15 yards on that one.
I'll take the fine, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right in your head because I know if you're out, you're not winning.
Facts.
It's just like Derrick Henry. They know his foot's messed up. They're going to be down there twisting everything because your chances of winning go way up if Derrick Henry's not in the game.
Mm-hmm. I saw a meme today. It might have been NFL memes or Black Adam Schefter or whatever it was. It posted about Derrick Henry. It said that, the league's become soft, and if he played back, say when Sean Taylor was playing, you see it?
Yep.
That, Sean Taylor would take his high running ass out or something like that. I don't know he would take him out because I think you're underestimating how Derrick Henry runs at like 22 miles an hour at his size.
That size, yeah.
I mean, like, I don't give a damn what safety you are. Like, if that dude's running downhill at you, I mean, yeah, it's not going to happen.
Now, I will say, like, he would have a rougher go, I think, with linebackers.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays, linebackers are more built for speed, but back when we were younger, all of us, it was Ray Lewis, Willie McGinnis. They were hitters.
Yeah. 250 was kind of like that's where 250 to 270 were like your linebackers. I mean, 250 were your small guys.
Yeah.
You know? Now they're like 6'1", 220, and you're like, you mean that safety? He's like, nah, that's our middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, is that our safety when he first came? I'm like, nah, it's your middle linebacker.
He be getting ran over sometimes now.
He does sometimes, man.
I watched it. He go backwards sometimes now.
He does.
Yeah, that's the thing too with Dean Pease defense. He likes a big middle linebacker like he's had in the past with, I mean, Ray Lewis, Willie McGinnis, like those guys.
Well, Tom fits it, I feel.
He does. Yeah.
Love him.
And so, and when he's, free agent too. So, I mean, but he's said like he wants Atlanta to be like he wants to stay here. I think
they both, yeah.
Yeah. And I think for Foye, I mean, and he said this already, it's not necessarily about the money, it's where he fits in the system.
Yeah.
And this system is perfect for him. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, and if we can get, some help on a defensive line, which we should be, because it's like, I mean, like I said, we're going to get into it on some of our draft podcasts, but I mean, we're going to have a lot of options at defensive end to pick from, I think. And then if we go that way at number 8.
And not to take away from Kamb, but I mean, you led our team in tackles, but you're the only one that can tackle on our team. So
exactly. And a lot of times they're not getting touched by the line. Like, you're the first person they're seeing.
The first person that they saw.
Yeah. So, I mean, you would think even with the young guys, like those guys are going to take a big step forward, in the off season. I mean, especially the rookies. I mean, I thought Darren Hall came on pretty strong at the end of the year. And I mean, he was he was not a high pick, and so we'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. And like I said, we got plenty of draft picks. I mean, it's possible. I've even seen projections where they even trade back, like to like mid, like 12 to 16 type, and then pick up another second round, pick up another third round. I'm not opposed to that either, because I mean, I
would just love to see some moves with players that already exist, like a Godwin. Like he's good, go get him.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to. They can't rely on just rookie class coming in, and like I said, with the salary cap going up this year, and with I would think a restructuring of Matt's contract with an extension, then we would have definitely some spending. Now the year after that, Julio's money's off the books.
Right.
23 going to be interesting to see what happens as far as like what we have to spend, and we should be able to make
a playoff spot. We could make it.
Yeah,
we almost made it.
Damn it. Yeah, with what we had, exactly.
And I hate when people say, like, actually a couple Eagles fans here said it too, like, I didn't even want to make it. I can't believe we made it. I'm like, why? You're 0-0. When you hit the playoffs, you're all good.
0-0, yeah. Like, you always have a chance.
Yeah, I just watched the friggin' Jaguars dog walk the Colts.
Yeah.
Best running back in the league.
Exactly.
You always got a chance. So I don't never like that. I ain't going for that.
2 times the Giants entered the playoffs, 9-7, and won the Super Bowl.
And won. Yep.
Come on.
Yep, exactly right.
Mike,
that's
Eagles fans, so.
That's exactly right.
That's how they are.
So before we get on to underrated, overrated, Mike, you got any final Falcons or football or anything related questions?
Final Falcons. How do you feel being in Philly? Now you're in Philly. How are we viewed in Philadelphia? Are we like the laughing stock because of the Super Bowl shit, or how do they? When you hear people talk about Atlanta Falcons, are we respected? Is Matt Ryan respected, or are we not even like taken serious and as real? Because y'all come from the Redskins, the Cowboys. That's serious fucking football. That's Eagles. That's football. Are we not viewed as that?
No, Eagles fans. I have a couple friends who are good Eagles fans who respect players around the league, but typically your typical Eagles fan, they don't give a shit about anyone but the Eagles. All the best players in the NFL are on the Eagles.
I got
no matter what.
I got you.
Well, we're not even a thought.
Right.
Like, Matt Ryan. Oh yeah, he sucks.
I got you.
Julio Jones is the best receiver in the league 2 years ago. No, he sucks. Yeah, he sucks. No, we had T.O. Okay.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Like, that's
they
great.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You boo Santa Claus.
I mean, you mentioned a cowboy, forget it.
Yeah, okay,
I'll always be like when I'm at my uncle's and all those Eagles fans, I'll be like, yeah, you know, Amari Cooper, yeah, he's one of the best route runners in the league.
Yeah.
No, he sucks.
Yeah.
Parsons is a beast. No, he sucks. And I'm like, all right, you got Jalen Rager. I mean, come on. Like,
you chose Jalen Rager over Jefferson, by the way.
We're not even a thought here, man. They're more worried about the Redskins, the Cowboys, and the Giants. Okay. Yeah, they're their own division.
It's funny, man, because like people in Atlanta hate Philly. Hate Philly.
Dude, everyone hates Philly. Yeah. That's a good point. Like I can sit here as a Falcons fan and tell you, I love Alvin Kamara. I love what he does with the ball.
No, me too. Yes.
Yeah,
me
Mike
too.
says the same thing.
Like, I don't hate him because he's
and Luke Kuechly. Alvin Kamara and Luke Kuechly. I'm amazed.
Who am I to hate you for going to a team that drafted you? Like that's not your choice. Yeah. They drafted you.
Yeah.
Deion Jones would probably be a Saint if he had the choice and he never knew about Atlanta.
And
he's from New Orleans.
Yep.
Like, you know, so
he is from New.
Yeah.
So, all right, now I got another one. Do you have one piece of apparel or an item in your house that you just your favorite Atlanta Falcon thing? It could be, is it a Christmas ornament? You got a hat, just your one thing that you know is something in your car, a sweatshirt, something that you think, hey, this is my best or this is my greatest Falcon thing.
Aside from the jerseys, maybe this one here. Let me grab it.
Let's see what we got.
Maybe this one here, because it was one of the first gifts my wife ever got for me. So maybe this one here.
Oh, okay.
There's meaning behind it, you know, that she took the time to go out.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
And you know, being in Philly, it's very hard to get. This is the NFC Championship, by the way. I know you get the 1988. Awesome. Yeah. It's not just a random football.
And my wife is the GOAT. It's like the Falcons.
She for me, like she bought a Tony Gonzalez jersey, and she'll wear all this stuff in support. She'll go along with the Eagles suck and all that.
Yeah. I don't think I knew y'all had been. I mean, maybe I did. Y'all have been together that long because Amanda and I, we started dating our freshman year in high school. And
so
here we are.
It's the same deal, right? Yeah, we are. And it's like, my wife's awesome, man. She lets me do my thing. She supports. So
shout out to Miss Kamb, man. Shout out to Miss Kamb for being awesome, man. I love it. She's out of her Falcon mind.
Yeah, you guys are great, man. This is so much fun.
I love it, man. So listen, John, is there anything you got, or can we go out of your Falcon? I mean,
no, we're good, man. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Falcons, we got playoffs, we got.
But real quick though, like I was saying though, it's so tough to get Falcon stuff here.
Yeah. Okay.
So that I may have to move to Atlanta.
Dude, come on down, man.
You get like my son's jerseys. Oh my God, man! Like I gotta wait weeks for them to come in. So I'm like, stop trading people. I can't.
That's
the store and get a jersey.
What's great about what Mike said, man? What's great about down here, even outside, because we're on opposite sides of the city, but we're about the same. We're about the same distance from downtown Atlanta. So like, where I'm northwest of Atlanta, I can be at Mercedes-Benz in about half an hour, and same for him on the other side of Atlanta.
Yeah,
I've never been to Mercedes-Benz.
So
I've been to Georgia Dome.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's right. So, but when you come out, when you come outside the perimeter and out of the city, man, like he was saying, like it's just it's affordable. I mean, it's, schools are nice. It's, come on down.
I think next season we should hit a game together. All three.
I was saying 100%. That, man, when we play the Eagles, man, you're more than welcome. Come, I will go.
Any game.
I'll come game. Yeah.
You come down, man. We will go to that game. I promise you. The three 100%. Of us will go.
Mm-hmm. That'll be a good time.
Light it up. We will light it up. So here's what
we buy so much Falcon stuff.
Man, I'm gonna tell you.
Go back broke.
You got, man. I got socks.
Helmets. I mean, I have it all, like, because the same thing John said every Christmas. My wife, what do you want? Falcon stuff. Just give me Falcon stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love it. So here's what we want to move on to, Justin. We do, man, underrated, overrated, right?
Cool.
You can pick one of the two, and you gotta drag some. So if you feel like something like underrated, do you want to build it up and you want to speak on it to give it props, or if it's overrated, you drag it. All right.
Okay.
Now you can pick either one you want. I do this off my head, so I don't even have one yet. And John, I don't think has one yet. So we will start with John and we go run.
All right. So I was actually thinking about this earlier in the week because I went to and this is off the wall, has nothing to do with football. Okay. So I went to a barbershop to get a haircut, right?
All right.
And I was sitting in the chair, and they had a TV on. I was watching it, and I was looking around. I don't know why I thought about it. And Mike, this may be a different experience. When's the last time you went to a barbershop, by the way? Or do you go?
Bob, I go every week.
So you get it. Okay. Yeah. All right. So in your barbershop, is people still talking and shit and like having a good time, or are they just on their phones?
No, it's loud as shit. Everybody talking. It's fucking football. It's fucking music.
You see, that's why I need to go to your barbershop then, because like, so I mean, I go to like a nice barbershop here in Kennesaw, right?
That's the drawback of a nice barbershop.
Continue. Well, no, I mean not that. No, I mean like it's, you know, I'm just saying it's not like Gray Clips or some shit. Like it's an actual barbershop, right? And you know what I'm saying. But like when I was a kid, right? I would go, my dad would take me, my grandfather lived next door to me, right? So we would all go to the barbershop at the same time. And there'd be all these men, old men, young men, whatever, and they're all bullshitting. So they got reading the paper, talking about the games, talking about whatever the hell, you know. And I looked around here, like I was sitting there and I like literally, dude, like a row of 10 people all on their phones. Like you could hear a pin drop, you know, and I was like, damn, like this, like I just kind of miss, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I just missed that whole vibe of like going in there, like having like, you know, you look forward to it. Yeah, it really
man. It's like, man, ladies have the salon, they go and they gossip.
Yep.
Dudes got the barbershop where you go talk shit about sports.
You know it's safe. Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's safe to just go in there and talk shit about girls and sports and man shit. And the fact that everybody's on their phone, that's not man shit.
No, I don't know. It just hit me while I was there. It's like, man, barbershop is underrated. Hey, like old school barbershop.
He went in his notes. Motherfuckers
these young bastards. They don't understand.
Mine is, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I just thought of this is hilarious. So I'm gonna say this. If anybody's on my YouTube and you can see us live, okay, man, Justin looked like if John Travolta and the Wahlbergs got married. Like, so I say John Travolta and Mark Wahlberg, bro, underrated. Let me tell you something. John Travolta is probably the coolest older guy, like actor wise, that there ever was. Number one. Two, the man can dance his ass. So I love John Travolta. John Travolta is the man. John Travolta will forever be the man to me. Then the man, Wahlberg made Entourage. That's it. Down. Mark Wahlberg made Entourage. No. So Justin, look at Justin and tell me Justin don't look like a Wahlberg or a Travolta.
I already dragged his burgers though a few weeks ago.
Now John did drag what is it, Wahlburgers?
Yeah, they're not that great.
That's what John said. That's what John said. He said it's a regular hamburger.
Yeah, they're not that great.
I just didn't. I heard a lot of good things. Like I went there and I was like, I mean, I could have made this. I mean, this is not that special. I mean, anyway.
Underrated. Mark Wahlberg and John Travolta, buddy.
Okay.
It's a great pool
Justin,
there.
it's on you, buddy.
Oh man, I got like 3. I got to pick one.
Hey,
okay.
Tear it up.
All right. Well, you know what? When you went to the actors, let me go that route because I'm a big movie buff. Like I'm movie everything. My son and me, you know, we're huge movie people. And one of my favorite actors, extremely underrated, Idris Elba. So underrated.
Oh
man.
John is watching the Wire.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, he's just watching The Wire.
I feel like he gets no respect, man.
Yeah,
he's amazing. I agree. Have you seen the real Rock and? Have you seen the Rock and Roller?
Nah.
Oh, go back. I told you about that, Mike.
You told me to watch it, and I didn't watch it. Yeah,
it's Gerard Butler, Idris Elba, like just
That's what I said.
Jeremy Piven, Ludacris.
Oh wow.
Yeah, okay. Guy Ritchie made the movie. So if you watch Snatch, and you kind of like, I mean, like it's similar type of setup, but like different. I mean, it's definitely worth a watch. It's fun. It's awesome.
And then if I could drop one more, I got to.
Yeah, come on with it.
Bring it.
Have you guys ever been to the West Coast?
Yeah.
No.
Brendan?
He has.
You've heard of In-N-Out Burger, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, ate there.
Oh no, right? It's the best thing ever. It was shit. Overrated.
Oh, overrated. And man, we getting dragged for this. Overrated.
Was it good?
And In-N-Out Burger.
Like, was it good? Yeah, it was good. But we got 5 Guys over here.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Way overrated. They're making In-N-Out Burger seem like the best thing to ever
they
bring.
do. No, they do.
Yeah.
Now, do you have one with football? You got anything with a football, underrated, overrated?
Man, I mean, we already talked about Matt, so
we talked about Matt. Is there any player you want to go overrated with a player, with a coach?
How about the hate for the Patriots? I feel like that's a bit overrated.
Oh, okay. Speak on it.
Yeah, I feel like the hate for the Patriots is overrated because I agree with what Richard Sherman said. The whole deflate gate and everything, and they let the air out of the balls. If that's the reason you lost the game, you suck.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't have the defensive game plan to intercept the deflated ball, you suck.
Yeah. Yep.
And there's just so much hate for them. And I guess a player overrated hate for Tom Brady too in general. He's just so hated by everyone. The team and him and the legacy is so hated. And it's like,
hey man, success brings that. That's just like Floyd
Mayweather.
Dude, Alabama at the college level.
Alabama.
I mean, to have 7 rings and people say you're not the best quarterback in the NFL.
How can you not be?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unreal. How funny is it that Eli Manning and Nick Foles are the two
that get talked about?
Yeah. Yep.
They're the greatest thing ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Right. Go for it. Yeah. That's hilarious.
I can totally agree with that one.
There's an underrated Falcon though. Underrated. You guys probably agree. How about Michael Turner?
Yeah.
I loved him when he was young. When he got old, he was like a fat bowling ball. Like
that's true. That's true.
I love him when he was young. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
When I still have the commemorative cup from when I went to the Georgia Dome. He was on it. I was so excited. Yeah. It's all faded up now, but
underrated. The Georgia Dome.
In his prime, we'll say.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, we'll close.
So y'all, before we go, I just want to say something really important. So Justin just told y'all he lost 103 pounds. As me and John had a little thing where it was what is that? Underrated. We talked about health.
Yeah.
The start of a brand new year. If y'all having problems, if y'all think it was like easy for him to do that shit, that couldn't have been easy, man. That took some. You gotta sleep right. You gotta hydrate right. You gotta eat right. The man had to change his mind, his lifestyle, his diet. I've seen John do like similar shit. He gets skinny, then he get muscles, then he get skinny, then he get muscles. You can change your body and your health, whatever you want to do. I had stomach problems. I went vegan. Now I no longer have stomach problems. Use some discipline and your routine, and you can do anything. Justin, John, and myself just proved that shit. 103 pounds is a person. If he can do that, just think if you only need to lose 30.
Yeah.
If you only need to lose 40, man, to be like he playing with his son, man. We want his kid to be around, to be a Falcon fan, and John's son to be around. We want these men to play with their kids. In order to do that, you gotta kind of, man, we all love, you want to use drugs or you want to eat how you want to eat. We all love the same shit, but do it in moderation, and you have to exercise some.
Yeah. It's all about balance. Yeah.
I just wanted to say that. I think that's important. He came on in. That man is telling you a real story about how he changed his life. And he's here for his son now, and he's much happier and much healthier. Y'all need to listen to that shit and get inspired in the first month of a brand new year. I love you, Justin. I appreciate that shit so much.
Oh, that's right back at you, man. This was so much fun. You're awesome, man.
Yeah.
This was. I knew John already, so I knew.
This was awesome,
but you are awesome, man.
We got a Falcon fan in Philly now. I want to go to Philly to see Meek Mill in a concert. I'm gonna come see you when I come see Meek.
And I'll take you to the real cheesesteak.
And give me the real cheesesteak. It's awesome.
I could feed off your energy all day. It's great.
It's awesome, buddy. It's awesome.
Love that.
Hey, we got to get you back on the show at some point in the summertime. Yep. I mean, in the off season, Justin.
Yeah, whenever you guys want, I'm open. Like I'm
with it. Got it. Love it, man.
Yeah, man.
Around.
For sure. Yeah. And so we are gonna, Mike, we haven't talked about this yet, but I got Troy to come back on with us over the next month or two.
Yeah.
We're gonna dive into some of the potential draft picks for each position.
Oh, that's awesome, man. You did a mock draft yet?
I've done a few. But once they kind of figure out because free agency starts March 1st, I think.
Yeah.
So once that kind of gets, once we can kind of see what we're working with. Yeah. So, but I told Troy to take a look at all the corners. I'm gonna look at all the edge rushers.
Okay.
And so that'll be the first show that we do. We'll cover edge rushers and corners.
Oh, and
so looking at film, we're watching film. We're reading you know, I got Troy to do it because he's a big college guy too.
Yeah.
You know, so he can come back on with us. But yeah, so we're going to start that next week. We'll have the corners and edge rushers. We'll go through that and see what we possibly have for us. That
the Out of Your Falcon Mind professional podcast. You got to throw in professional now.
No, you'll still be on to throw shit out.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll have that coming up. But
I love it.
Yeah, right. But Justin, man, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been a blast to talk.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man. Definitely have you back on because, like I said, yeah.
And his podcast, man, you got to plug that again. His wrestling podcast.
Yeah. It's Wrestling with Opinions. You can check it out, like you said, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever, you know, you guys get your same spots you can listen to us at. If you go there and listen, leave him a 5-star review, leave us a 5-star review. If you listen to our podcast, you can do that on iTunes or on Spotify. If you leave us a few nice words, we'll read it out we'll shout you out on the show like we've done before. And same, I mean, you know, for Spotify, you can't write anything. You just literally just click on the little rate podcast and click 5 stars and that's it. But it just helps us become more visible to other Falcons fans and helps us move up the list so people search it, you know, as we like Mike and I have said in the past, we're not 100% a Falcons, like our show revolves around the Falcons, but we're going to talk about other shit. You know, we're just going to be more like, you know, it's going to be some entertainment involved as well, because, you know, that's just what we like to do. But anyway, we appreciate you guys with the emails we've had this season. So just keep them coming. And in fact, Justin, it's funny, we talked about before the show that I think every email we got, Mike, had nothing to do with the Falcons.
But that's why I love it. No, that's true. Except the one they asked me about Matt Ryan.
You're right. There was one. That was it. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So keep those coming. But yeah, it's like I said, so check it. I'm not sure what day we're going to record next week, but we'll have that out on Twitter. But yeah, I don't know how long we've ran today, but it's been worth it because we've had a blast talking about everything from fitness and wrestling and football, Falcons, you name it. So guys, thanks for listening. Yeah.
If y'all got any questions for the brand new year in regards to how you eat, how you sleep, how you train, or you want to train, or the Jim Stepani, reach out to John or Justin.
Oh, actually, no, Justin. What is your what's your Twitter tag and how can they get in touch with you for anything?
The best way to get me is probably Instagram, so I have the biggest following. So it's at JKamb, at JKAMB.
There you go.
JKAMB.
Yep. Yeah, and it's definitely, like I said, definitely worth a follow. And any inspiration that you want, you can get. And check out Jim Stepani. You won't be dissatisfied if you do. I promise you that.
You won't be dissatisfied.
Yep.
I'm out of my Falcon mind. John's out of his Falcon mind. Justin and his wife are both out of their Falcon minds. We all out of our Falcon mind. I love it.
Yep. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all for listening. Again, check us out, Anchor.fm. You can check us out, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you get your podcast, YouTube. We'll have this up later today on YouTube. So if you want to watch, you can see Justin's fantastic jersey collection.
Yes, sir.
Yep. All right, guys.
I love y'all. Peace.
We out.